The Texas Longhorns are 6.5-point favorites against the Michigan Wolverines, the defending national champs. Is Texas really that good? Let's talk about it next. Hey everybody, Brian Davis with A to Z Sports here. Texas-Michigan week is finally here, and quite honestly, I could not believe my eyes when I saw that the Longhorns are almost full touchdown favorites in the Big House this week. The line started at 3.5. It jumped up to 6.5. Don't know if it's going to expand as the week continues, but the reigning national champions are almost a full touchdown dog in the Big House. Let's go over what all happened here on Monday today. Cam Williams, the right tackle for the Longhorns, was named the SEC Co-Offensive Player of the Week. Really good honor for a guy that is a big-time locker room favorite. Here, everyone knew that the line was going to be a strong suit going into this year, but for Cam to get that honor in the first week, real tip at the cap. But I thought it was interesting how both Sark and the couple of players, including Kelvin Banks, said that they really liked how Cam Williams got to the second level, defended the linebacker, kept the second level players from getting to the running backs. Cam Williams, again, the SEC Co-Offensive Player of the Week. But listening to some of the other players talk today, I thought it was really interesting how none of them really got big-eyed or acted like it was a big deal this week to go to Michigan and play in the Big House. Sure, they had very complimentary things to say about the Wolverines, and sure, they know about the winged helmet, the maize and blue, the whole bit, right? But you just didn't feel like there was this sense of awe and anticipation like the Longhorns had last year before they were going to Tuscaloosa. Last year, it was all about, oh, Nick Saban, Alabama, oh, Jalen Milroe, oh, look out, it's going to be this, it's going to be that. This week it was this week was totally different. Today was very much like, hey, it's all business. We just got to take a business trip up north and go handle our business. And to me, that is the most interesting thing about where Texas is right now in the fourth year of the Steve Sarkisian era. I wrote about this for A to Z Sports. I really encourage you to go read it because I think it's very important about a description of where Texas is right now. I think that this week's game is not just a matchup of, who has more talent. I think this is a game that really is going to illustrate what kind of culture Steve Sarkisian is building in Texas. And I say is building because it is in the progress of happening. It is not something that is done and it's a finished product. This is something that's going to evolve over time. And if you're around this program every day, it's kind of hard not to be impressed with how the Longhorns talk, walk, act, and think, right? Because trust me, I was around this thing during the 2010s, and it was awful. It was brutal, right? The guys were too cocky, too confident. They had no ability to handle any success at all. 3 straight losing seasons under Charlie Strong, a bunch of mediocrity under Tom Herman. Steve gets here, he's 5-7. Then they win 8 games the next year. Some real late fourth quarter thrillers as a team was learning how to win, okay? Then you put another good recruiting class on top of that. You go win 12 games, and now you're in the CFP, and you lose the CFP to semifinals, a Washington final play of the game. And now you're really hungry for more. And so that fueled them all throughout the offseason. And I just thought it was really interesting to hear the players, again, talk openly about how the standard is the standard. And that is something that Steve himself has been saying numerous times. The standard is the standard. It doesn't change whether they're on the road, at home, whatever the excuses may be. This is what is expected if you're going to wear the burnt orange and play for Texas. And then another phrase today that really jumped out at me was, several players said the phrase, as long as we stay enamored with us, we'll be fine. Quinn Ewers said that. Kelvin Banks said that. Barron Sorrell did as well. But I thought that was really interesting. Stay enamored with us, right? So what does that mean? It means only focus on us. Only worry about us. That's really all Texas should be doing anyway, right? Don't worry about who the opponent is. Don't worry about who's on the other side of the line of scrimmage. Trust in your coaching. Trust in what you have done to prepare for the game, and you'll go out there and do fine. And I think that for Sark and his coaching staff to build that up and just continue to hammer on these guys about that, it's It's a breath of fresh air, quite honestly, because I've been around this program for so many years, and that's just not how players in the past talked. So thought that was really interesting. So let's get down to the matchups, right? Okay, I give Texas the edge in the quarterback. I give Texas the edge in the offensive line, right? I definitely give Texas the edge in receiver, okay? All that speed they have out wide, only one football, but they did a great job. Quinn Ewers spread the ball around 10 targets. 10 receivers were targeted in the first half of the Colorado State game. Spread the ball around, did great. Michigan might have the edge in the I don't want to say might. They do have the edge in the defensive line. They've got a lot of good players up front. Linebacker, to me, is a toss-up. And, the back end, you probably got to give that to Michigan a little bit. But I just think that Quinn Ewers' experience and spreading the ball around is going to do well, on a midday game on a Saturday in what is expected to be, fantastic fall temperatures in Ann Arbor, Michigan. Texas, again, 6.5-point favorites. I think they win comfortably. I mean, maybe that's going out on a limb. I hope I don't have to eat my words, here this early in the season. But the cool thing about it is, it doesn't matter whether you win this game or lose this game. There is still plenty of time for both teams to scramble and recover and make it to the CFP. That's the beauty of the 12-team format. Your season is not over if you somehow stub your toe early in the year. That makes playing these games a lot more palatable. You can definitely go out on a limb, play these tougher games, and you know that you're going to be fine because you have plenty of time just to get back in that top 12 before it's all said and done. So lots of stuff about this week. There's going to be a lot more you can read about the Texas and Michigan matchup on A2ZSports.com. We'll have plenty of breakdowns as the week goes on and all your coverage before, during, and after the game. Again, A2ZSports.com. Come check us out. I'm Brian Davis. We'll see you next time.